Hi there, welcome to Two Birds. I'm Fiona and welcome back if you're joining me again. Today's class is a compact 35-minute yoga conditioning class and it's part 5 of the Strong Body Calm Mind series of classes. And these practices are dedicated to building strength when you don't have a dedicated strength training program. And you won't need any props for this flow, just your body's weight and your own resistance. And if you are enjoying the classes, please consider subscribing if you haven't already, or consider joining Patreon. All the details are in the description below. Thanks so much for joining me. I hope you enjoy. Namaste. And begin your practice laying down on your back and make your way into a posture that is both comfortable and grounded for you. You might like to open your knees wide in reclined butterfly or knock the knees together, resting your hands on your body and either taking a soft gaze down or out over your nose or closing your eyes. We're here for the next minute or so just to establish an even, supportive breath pattern that you can take with you through your practice. To sense and feel your breath more vividly, take your right hand to your belly, left hand to the center of your chest. As you're ready, breathe in slowly through the nose, direct your breath toward your ribs, your chest. Then exhale slow, sensing your abdominal muscles gently tighten and pull in as your breath dissolves. Just continue on in that pattern, keeping your belly steady as your breath flows in, wide and full, ribs, chest inflating under your hands, and then pushing all the air out of your lungs. 3 more cycles of breath. Breathing deliberately, and here just beginning to pressurize your diaphragm, aerate the lungs, and make contact with your abdominal core. The end of your exhale, gently blink your eyes open, gather your knees in toward your chest, give yourself a little rock, side to side, and we'll start by bringing some warmth into your abdominal core. We're going to keep the knees bent, place both feet to the floor and interlace your hands behind the back of your head. Eyes up here, keep your elbows wide. On your exhale, curl up, and then on your inhale, lower back halfway. So just keep going, simple crunches with a few repetitions here, but aim to move at your own pace. You can concentrate on firming your low belly in as you curl and lowering with control on your breath out. Last few. And then hold your head and your shoulders lifted. Raise your legs into a tabletop position and extend just your right leg forward. And on an exhale, sweep your right leg up toward the ceiling. Take a light hop to your hips and then inhale, lower your right leg forward. Just smooth and slow, carry on. Setting the pace to the rhythm of your breath. Last few on this side. And then switching, bring your right knee in, left leg extending, left leg lifts on your exhale, hop to the hips, lower on your inhale. Just stay with it there. Last few. Then keep your head and your shoulders lifting. Take your hands to your shins, squeeze into a ball shape, and then on your inhale, reach your legs away and then your arms overhead. Then circle your arms forward, crawl into a little ball. Inhale, legs and arms away. Exhale, knees tuck in. I call these digestion abs. Gets everything moving. Good one for the morning. Just a last few here. And then you're going to bring your knees in. Keep hovering, slip your hands behind the back of your knees, roll back and then up to balance for our Russian twist. So you can let your feet just hover above the mat, or option to place your feet on the floor. You can stay with me with the legs lifted if you're going there. Hands into a knot and you're sweeping left and right with your fists. Working into your side oblique muscles. And again, just setting a nice rhythm with your breath, making a conscious connection to your core through your attention and your movement, just becoming very present with what you're doing, interested in your own participation. We've got 2 more each side. One last pulse in the series. Return to your boat pose, arms reaching forward. Move your knees in toward your chest and then inhale, lower back, open the space. Pulsing here, we've only got a few because these are tough. Option to hold the back of your knees for support. Final few. And rest. Drag the knees in, feet to the floor. Wrap and hug your legs in, lengthen your spine tall. Just take a moment to pause. Relax your shoulders down. We're going to make our way onto all fours. We'll flow through a few rounds of cat and cow. Just setting yourself up, fingers spread, hands under the shoulders, knees under the hips. And then as you flow, if it feels good, linger and savor your cow shape, that arch in your spine to really lengthen through your front abdominals. And then returning to a neutral spine, place your left forearm to the floor, extend your right leg back. Come to rest on your right toes. From here, just going to sway your weight back a little and then raise your right leg, circle your right knee forward and then step back as you lean back. Again, circle your knee and step back. And inhale to circle your knee forward, exhale to step your foot back. So you're gently hugging in around your waist to support your lumbar spine as you move. And just continuing on. Just bringing a little bit of warmth to the glutes, mobility to your hip. And then we'll come in, release, return to all fours, switching sides, right forearm to the floor, send your left leg back, toes to the floor. Then sway your weight back a little, then raise your left leg, circle your left knee forward, step it back. Continue on. Just exploring your range of motion in your hip there. See if you can lift the left hip a little higher there as you circle. Last few here. And then release. Come back to all fours. We'll transition into bear pose, tucking your toes under, elevating your knees a few inches from the floor and really activating your hands. So gripping with your fingertips, pressing down through the full perimeter of your hands. You're pushing the floor away, so you're not dumping into your rears. From here, extend your right leg back to the height of your hip on your inhale. On your exhale, bring your knee in toward your chest. To modify, you could rest the left knee to the floor and still keep the same pace and engagement through your center. Up to you. Extending and curling in. Last two. And then settle your knees to the floor. We're going to move into a forearm plank. Rest down onto your forearms. Interlace all your fingers and step your legs out straight, becoming parallel with the floor. We're here to pause about 30 seconds. Preparing your new shape with a calm breath. Modifying if you feel like you're getting soggy through your middle, knees can touch down. So physically pushing the floor away where your body touches the mat, doming your upper back, swallowing your belly in and up, firming your thighs. And then release, knees, hands to the floor, back to tabletop. We'll repeat this sequence on your left now, tucking your toes, returning to bear pose, low belly strong, hands active. Once you're steady, extend your left leg straight back on your inhale, core lunge on your exhale. Inhale to reach, exhale to hug the knee in. Keep going, balancing your hips, the press of your hands. Last two. And release, rest your knees. Walk onto your forearms, extend your legs, returning to your forearm plank. Holding and breathing here. There's a rest coming up. Oftentimes your mind tires before your body does, so just stay with it, eyes forward, low belly strong, breathing as calm as you can. One more breath in. Exhale, release, and roll back to a child's pose as you go. Press your palms ahead of you, bend your elbows, and just rest your prayer hands to the nape of your neck, walking your elbows forward so you can re-lengthen through the underside of your arms. As you land, just offering yourself a slower breath, a soft belly, loose jaw. Then gently release your arms forward, come to kneel, walking your hands back in toward you. If you're more comfortable crossing your legs, taking that shape now, we'll just offer our wrists, shoulders some release. Wherever you're at, interlacing your fingers into a knot at your heart center. Inhale here. Exhale, draw the fists forward, round your spine, chin to chest. Inhale, sweep the arms overhead, flip your palms, lift up and out of your side waist. And then on your exhale, release your hands, spread your fingers, roll your wrists. As you lower your arms, swim your hands behind your back, interlace your fingers. Take a clear breath in, open your chest. And then exhale, forward fold any amount over your legs, floating your arms away from your back in your comfortable range. Take an extra cycle of breath. And then on your in-breath, keep the hands interlaced, rise all the way up. Exhale, turn the hands to face the floor and stretch the palms down. Release the hands. Take the next few breaths to make your way into your first downward facing dog. And starting with a soft bend in your knees here, focus on finding length in your spine, really pressing the mat away with your hands. Feel the sides of your waist lifting up toward your hip creases. And then from there, pedaling your heels, swaying your hips. Then begin to settle. Feel the pieces of you that are touching the earth, your hands, your feet, and letting them get a little heavier, your body still. Now, for the last 2 breaths. Gazing forward on your inhale, light bend in the knees, travel lightly to the top of your mat. Open your heart forward on your inhale and fold on your exhale. Rise tall, come to stand, circle your arms overhead, and then lower your hands to your heart center. We're going to move into our standing sequence now, focusing on your lower body, stepping your feet a little wider than your hips, and point all 10 toes forward. On your inhale, arms sweep overhead, interlace all your fingers. On your exhale, bend your knees, sit back into a chair pose, Utkatasana. You can lower and point your arms forward there. Same time, motion your hips down and back. Gaze can be down in between your arms. Arms can frame your ears, holding here. I'm going to call this the long drop squat. Not sure if these bush toilets are universal, but I figure a few of you will know what I mean. Sitting down a little lower, we'll take 3 more breaths. Together, breathe in. Breathe out. Breathe in. Breathe out. Arms strong, legs strong. Breathe in. Breathe out. Draw your fists in toward you. Bring your chest a little bit more upright. We'll alternate now. On your exhale, press to stand. Release your arms by your sides. And you're going to press the palms back. And then inhale, return to your squat. Hands interlaced. Go between the two. Squeeze your buttocks as you stand. Buttocks down and back. Hands to chest as you squat. Next time you make your way down into a squat, just hold there, keep your chest broad, buttocks low, and then walk yourself backwards toward the back of your mat, step by step, and then come forwards to the top of your mat, staying low. Once more through, press to stand, arms down by your side, return to your squat, go between the two. Coming down into your squat, hold there. Come up onto the balls of your right toes. Stay low and just pulse. Last few. We're going to balance briefly. Transfer your weight into your left foot. Come to stand, lift your right knee in toward your chest. And then step out into a temple pose. Turn and face the long edge of your mat. Pivot your heels in, your toes out. Find a comfortable, stable stance. Then bend your knees. We're going to flow, staying low, going side to side through a skater sequence. Bend into your right knee, straighten your left leg, and then bend into your left knee, straighten your right leg. Go once more to your right, then keep the legs low, just reach your arms in a half circle overhead to your left knee. Then you go side to side to your right, to the left, to the right, and circle overhead. Just continue on. You can get a little bit more fluid in your body. For more challenge, keep the hips nice and low. So you're getting your thighs, your glutes, and your core working together to the beat of your breath. We'll come back through center, then straighten your legs, open your arms overhead, take your hands behind your back, interlace your fingers, pivot your heels out, your toes in, coming into a wide-legged forward fold. Take a deep breath in, open your chest, and then take a few slow, mindful breaths to fold, focusing on folding your pelvis forward, hinging from your hips. A little bend in both knees if that feels best. Your weight should feel even through your feet, from your heels to your toes. And then release your fingers to the floor, open your chest forward. Walk around to your left for a runner's lunge, all 10 toes pointing forward. Walk the fingers a little forward off the top edge of your mat for support. Keep a deep bend in your left knee, then tap your right knee in to meet your left, and then touch it back to the floor. Keep going, finding a pace that matches a quicker breath. Last few. And then hold your right leg extended. Just come onto the top of the toes. Walk your hands onto the top of your left thigh. So look forward, lift the chest, find your balance, slowly raise and lower your right leg for 3, 2, and 1. Step your right foot to the floor, come upright, sweep the arms overhead, transitioning into pyramid, hands behind your back, and take your preferred bind, either reverse namaste or hold opposite elbows. Take another breath in, full and clear, chest bright, then forward fold over your left thigh, releasing. One more breath cycle. Fingertips to the floor. We'll take a vinyasa, stepping back to your plank pose, and flow high to low. Back bend of your choice, cobra or upward facing dog. Press back, downward facing dog. 3 breaths. On your inhale, look forward. End of your exhale, make your way to the top of your mat. Open and fold with your breath. Rise to stand on the wave of your in-breath. And pause, hands to prayer at your heart. Toe heel your feet a little wider than your hips. We'll keep it rolling. On your inhale, sweep your arms overhead. Interlace your fingers overhead. Exhale, bend your knees. Sit back into your chair pose, Utkatasana. Then bring your arms forward, tip forward a little, hinging forward into that long drop squat. Pause and breathe here. Draw your fists in toward your chest. Lift your chest a little, open it up, alternating now. On your exhale, press to stand, arms by your sides, light squeeze to the buttocks, and then return to squat. Go between the two. Then hold in your squat when you arrive there, chest broad, buttocks low, and walking backwards to the back end of your mat, step by step, and then stepping forwards to the top of the mat, staying low. Inhale here. On your exhale, press to stand. Inhale back to squat, alternating. And then staying low in your squat, come to the balls of your left toes and pulsing here. Staying low, just pulsing, left heel high. Last few. Into a brief balance, move your weight into your right foot, raise your left knee, standing, and then step your left foot out for temple pose, facing the long edge of your mat. Angle your feet 10 o'clock and 2 o'clock, grounding your heels steady. As you're ready, bend into your knees. Boogie the feet so you really are grounded there. And then we just flow in our skater lunge, going side to side. Bend into your left knee, then into your right knee, once more to your left, then up and over. Then just find your flow. Staying low for a little bit more challenge, perhaps elevating yourself if you need to take the heat out of your legs. And coming back through center as you're ready, straighten your legs, arms overhead. And then hands just to your hips now, turn your heels out, big toes in, kiss your elbows back, open your chest with a breath in. Exhale, wide-legged fold, Prasarita Padottanasana. Just pausing here, lengthening through the back of your legs. Quads engaged, kneecaps lifting your thigh muscles. Then release your fingertips to the floor, open up halfway. Exhale, walk around to your right for a runner's lunge. Step onto your fingertips just off the top edge of your mat. Keep a deep bend in your right knee this time. Then tap the left knee in to meet your right and touch your toes back. Keep going, picking up the pace. Last few here. And then touch your left toes back, walk your hands on to the top of your right thigh, balancing here. Slowly raise and lower your left leg. For 3, for 2, for 1. Releasing to pyramid pose, stand tall, 2 straight legs, grounding your feet, arms overhead, and then hands behind your back. Take your preferred bind. Another breath in, open your chest. Exhale, forward fold over your front leg. Calm and steady. Breathing in, breathing out. 2 more. Breathe in, breathing out. Breathing in and breathing out. Stepping back through your vinyasa, fingertips to the floor. We're all going to meet back in a downward facing dog. Just making contact with your breath, slowing its rhythm, slowing its pace. Go ahead, settle your knees to the floor for modified push-up position now. So you angle your knees on a diagonal from your hips. And this final set's a final gift for your upper body. Take your hands a little wider than your shoulders, and you're welcome to take the elbows out wider to the side for this push-up, or keep your elbows in, whatever feels most comfortable. On your exhale now, you're going to bend into a push-up and bring your right knee to your upper right elbow, and then step back onto your knee, alternating low push-up, left knee, left elbow, and step back. So go side to side. For more challenge, lift the knees, come into that plank shape, 2 straight legs. And if you need to modify, just skip the push-up. We've got 2 more each side. And then lower down. When you're ready, onto your belly. Make a pillow with your hands. Take a moment to pause. Moving into a cobra variation, we'll just roll out the wrists. Bring your forehead to the mat. Take a loose cactus shape through your arms. And on your inhale, raise just your chest and your arms. Making fists with your hands, roll out your wrists. And then roll it back the other way. And then release your chest down and your arms, swim them down alongside your body. So move into a locust bow variation. You're welcome to keep your hands free or interlace them behind your back for our final back bend. On your inhale, lift your chest, and then option to lift your legs into locust. Final option, bend your knees, flex your toes, and lift your thighs in a bow variation. Drawing the fists back to lift your chest, feeling your breath move through your shape. Take one more breath in, then relax down to the floor. As you're ready, press back into a child's pose. Take your knees wide, big toes to touch, rest and settle between your thighs. And gently easing your way upright, bring your legs around in front of you. We're winding down now, setting up for a simple twist. Keep your right leg extending, bend your left knee, step your left foot to the outside of your right leg. Left fingertips behind to the floor. Inhale, reach your right arm up toward the ceiling. On your exhale, hug your left knee, revolve to your left. Staying tall through your low back. Gently turning to twist on your exhales. You're welcome to stay in your twist here for a gentler variation, or take your right hand to your outer left foot. Lift and extend your left leg towards straight. Same time, reach your left arm back, gently coaching your left leg out to your right. Lengthening into your outer left hip, the IT band area. And then return to center, change sides. Left leg out long, bend your right knee. Right foot to the outside of your left leg. Right fingertips behind the floor. Inhale, left arm up toward the ceiling. And then exhale, take your twist, revolve to your right. 3 breaths. Option to stay here or take your left hand to your outer right foot, lift and extend your right leg towards straight. Reach your right arm back, lengthening into your outer right hip now, and trying to stay tall, lifted through your lumbar spine. Return through center. One last forward fold of your choice to close your practice. Inhale, reach your arms up. Exhale, fold. As you're ready, gently release. Last 2 minutes here, making your way into Shavasana, final rest. Making yourself completely comfortable, palms face up, resisting that temptation to fidget for this short period of time. Just make any final adjustments to your clothes, to your posture, then ask yourself to become still. Give yourself one point of focus, anchoring your attention and letting go. And very gently, softly drift your awareness back. Take a whole body stretch, send your arms overhead, point the toes away. And then bend the knees, take your feet to the floor. And as you're ready, roll out to your right side. Give yourself a moment here. Flutter the eyes open. Adjust to the light in your room before pressing your way back up to sit. Thank you so much for joining me for this compact flow today. I hope you're feeling stronger and calmer, and the rest of your day is sweet. Namaste.